Well, Paul, disappointing result, and I think some of the supporters would say disappointing performance as well. Did you see it that way?
I'd agree entirely, Tony. Yeah, very frustrated, disappointed tonight, and I think the players now need to stand up and be counted. That performance really was not good enough from the first from the first minute almost through to maybe the 40th, and then I thought, for 5 minutes before half time we started creating and we started looking bright. And then we conceded goals straight after half time, another very soft penalty. Then we huffed and puffed a bit to get back in it. I thought the two subs that come on, Osborne and Whitehawk, gave us pace and a bit of enthusiasm. But there's a team out there at the minute that is lacking confidence, you can see that now. And it's tough at the moment, there's no doubt about that. We lost Mickey Spillane midweek for an ankle injury. He fell over whilst he was shopping for his wife's Christmas present. And that obviously compounded again having to change the team, but I think now it's down to the players. I think that the staff are working really hard. I think the club have worked hard, the supporters are doing their bit, but it's now up to the players to put a shift in and change it around.
Found it difficult to create chances in the first half against their defence.
I thought it was a fairly mundane game up until the point that I think they scored, and then from that point on again we conceded the goal, and I thought for 10 minutes Whitehawk could have scored another 2 or 3, to be fair. So today we got the result we deserved, which there's no complaints of bad luck or no tears from our end. We were beaten by a better side today that passed the ball better, worked harder than us, and we got taught a lesson in passing the football.
Having got to half time 1 down, made the substitution at half time, obviously hopes of getting back into it, so that goal early in the second half, a real blow.
Yeah, massive blow. I mean, obviously Dunn's also had a calf injury. He's been struggling all week, so we tried to rest him, but we had to bring him on at half time to try and get some impetus into the game for us. And then we just watched the decision again, the penalty on the film, and it's at best very, very soft, and I think it's not a penalty. But I've spent the last 10 weeks saying we've been unlucky with injuries and penalties and referees' decisions. Ultimately that penalty didn't maybe stop us from winning the game, but we could have, I think if we had 1-0 would have been a much better chance of keeping that going right to the end.
And we did have a couple of moments just after they scored. Ricky Well had 2 shots, so by the keeper. Yeah,
I mean Cloughie's got a free header as well from a corner. You'd expect Charlie to put that in. I think Wisey's had a couple, Billy's had a couple of shots. Ricky's also had 2 good strikes that the keeper saves. But ultimately, listen, we conceded 2 goals, 1 a penalty again, and we didn't score any. And that's 2 ends of the boxes. So in both boxes at the minute we're not doing well enough.
And Mickey Spillane's injury, is that likely to keep him out for the Christmas period as well?
Yeah, it looks a bad one. Probably 3 to 4 weeks I would have thought. Binsley's got another 3 to 4 weeks out. Callum Hart's probably another 2 to 3 weeks out. And Lewis John probably another 3 weeks. So out of the 18 that we've got, 4 are obviously really sidelined. So the 14 that were out there today is the 14 that we've currently got, and obviously we've added Jerson and Brandon Johnson. But Alan Julian wasn't really fit enough to start again today, but he'll be back in contention as of Boxing Day, I think.
And how's Sean Cooper, because he came off just before the end?
Yeah, well again, Coops has been suffering from a bad back and his hammy and whatever. But again, we needed him today. And he got his sort of 60 minutes in, and it was good. It was good to get Harry on the pitch, and I thought he did really, really well with Dan when he came on. I thought both showed an intent to get forward and put some great balls. I mean, I thought Osborne in particular had 2 or 3 great moments, didn't he? Picked out by brilliant balls from Clough. I mean, for me, I've told him in there. I think Charlie, Clough, Glenn Southern, Wishart, and Osborne are the 4 that can look at themselves today and think they've done more than okay. The rest, not good enough.
Was there a temptation to throw Jerson on as an extra striker? Half an hour to go?
If I could have made 7 subs, Tony, I would have done. In fact, I turned around to him with 15 to go and said get ready, and Mickey Stevens pointed out I'd already made 3 subs. So yeah, it was. It's one of those performances that leaves you feeling quite low about it. Similar feeling coming back from Sheffield on Tuesday night. So I understand the supporters' frustration at the minute, but it was flat all round. I've got to say, the away support this year has been great, but we only had 450 in here today. And there's a general malaise that's crept in, and it's up to the players to do something about that. We haven't given the supporters enough to cheer about this year, and I don't think they've given me enough this year either. And we're going to put it back on them now, because I think week after week after week I've protected them, and week after week in the press we don't ever say anything, but we can't play for them and we can't run around for them, and they've got to be better than what they are at the moment.
I suppose there is a chance now, 4 games in 10 days after Christmas, decent run there and everything would we start.
Yeah, but we've been talking about decent runs
Yeah.
now for the last 6-8 weeks since we beat Farnborough. You know, today was the start of our 5-game run that we wanted to get going on, and we've lost today. So, you know, listen, let's be clear about this. Let's go and win a couple of games to stop going down the league before we even start talking about doing anything else. I just said to them there, Western Supermare have got 15 points, we've got 21, and at the minute you're going to get this club closer to relegation than you are promotion. And you know, it was short and sweet in that dressing room, but they know how I feel.
Okay, well, Paul, just want to say as well from everybody at the club, happy Christmas. Thank you for standing in front of the camera after every game.
Yeah, good or bad.
Like these today, but wish you a happy
Yeah,
Christmas.
and I'd like to say to all the guys that come and support week in, week out, you know, from our perspective, listen, it's disappointing today, but it can't spoil the Christmas, it can't spoil what's going on in the new year. And I promise you, you know, 110% we'll work hard and we'll get it right. It might not be this year now, but I'll get it right.
Brilliant.
Okay.